Hello everyone, it's your Mimi Vice. Today let's talk about something we all know too well, love, or as I like to call it, the unbelievable journey of collecting exes. Just kidding! But seriously, if my love life were a movie, it would be a series with more parts than any superhero film. I've had my fair share of relationships, a whole list of them actually. People often see me laughing on stage, making jokes about everything. But behind this laughter is a heart that has been broken, fixed up and broken again. It's like a favorite pair of jeans, worn out with a few holes but still strong. My list of exes is long, showing how much I always hope that maybe, just maybe, the next one would be the right one. My journey into the world of being heartbroken started early. Imagine this, a tall, hopeful teenager in grade 9, my first love. Oh, the butterflies were real. I thought he was my forever. We'd share snacks during break time and I'd write his name all over my notebook. We were young, didn't know much, and thought love was as simple as a text message saying good morning. But sadly, young love has its limits. He eventually left me for someone else and my world fell apart. It felt like the end of everything, even though it was just a few months. That first heartbreak was a quick lesson in pain. A lesson that love isn't always like the fairy tales we read about. After that first taste of heartbreak, I didn't stop. I jumped from one relationship to another, each one a different part in my growing book of love. There was the college basketball player who was taller than my future, the aspiring actor who loved himself more than me, and the quiet guy who I thought was mysterious, but turned out to be just plain boring. Each relationship started with a spark, a big burst of feelings and promises. I would dive in headfirst, no helmet, no safety gear, completely giving myself to the idea of us. I was a serial lover, always looking for a connection, for someone to share my crazy world with. Looking back, it's like I was collecting heartbreaks like trading cards. Each one had a different story, a different lesson written on the back. Some ended with a bang, a dramatic fight worthy of a TV show finale. Others just faded away like a weak signal in a remote area, until there was nothing left but static. People might judge and say, why so many? But for me, each person was a real try at finding happiness. I wasn't just playing around, I was truly looking for a love that would stay, a love that would finally make sense of all the mess in my heart. It was a long, messy, and often painful search, but it was my story. Let's get into the fun details, the hows and whys of my many goodbyes. After my grade 9 young love, I dated a guy in college who was popular on campus. I felt like I had won the lottery. But the problem with dating a popular person is that you're not the only one who thinks they're a prize. The relationship was a constant fight with feeling unsure and jealous. It ended when I found out he was talking to other fans. The breakup was a public show, a scene straight out of a campus drama. I cried for weeks, feeling like the biggest loser. I thought, is this what love is? A competition where I always end up in second place? Then there was the artist. He was deep, sensitive, and he wrote me poems. I was so in love. I thought finally someone who understands my soul. We would have long talks about life, art, and the universe. It was romantic until I realized his art was his top priority, and I was just a side character in his masterpiece. He broke up with me by saying he needed space to create. Space? I could have given him the entire galaxy if he had asked, but space was just a way of saying I want to be alone, without you. That one hurt because it made me feel like I was a distraction, something in the way of his dreams. One of the funniest yet saddest endings involved a guy I met online. We got along great over chat and I was sure he was my soulmate. We finally decided to meet up. When I saw him, my first thought was, is this a prank show? Where are the cameras? The person in front of me looked nothing like his profile pictures. He had used photos from 10 years ago. I tried to be nice, but the whole date was awkward. The connection was just not there. The relationship ended before it even began with a simple, "It was nice meeting you." It taught me that sometimes, the love you imagine in your head is far from reality. And let's not forget the relationship that ended because of a pet. Yes, a pet. I was dating a guy who had this super spoiled dog. That dog hated me. It would bark at me, chew my shoes, and even accidentally pee on my bag. I tried to win it over, but it was impossible. My ex would always take the dog's side, saying, he's just being protective. The last straw was when the dog ate the expensive cake I bought for our anniversary. He laughed it off. I didn't. I told him, you have to choose me or the dog. He chose the dog. I was left heartbroken, defeated by a four-legged rival. Having a long list of exes means the world suddenly becomes a very small place. Imagine going to the mall, and in every corner there's a reminder of past relationships. It's like playing a real-life game of avoid the ex. I once had to hide behind a mannequin at a department store because I saw an ex with his new partner. I stood there for what felt like forever, pretending to be interested in a blouse that was 3 sizes too small for me. It was a funny mess. These awkward meetings are the not-so-glamorous side of having a colorful love life. You become good at making sudden turns and pretending to be on a very important phone call. The pressure to move on quickly was huge, not just from others but from myself. I hated the feeling of being alone, the emptiness that a breakup leaves behind. So I became a champion in what I call the rebound race. My saying was, the best way to get over someone is to get with someone new. Just kidding. But honestly, I would jump into a new relationship without fully healing from the last one. I was using new people as bandages for old hurts. It was unfair to them and unfair to me. I was so desperate to feel loved again that I would settle for anyone who showed me a little bit of attention. This rush to find new love led to many mistakes. I ignored big warning signs, bigger than a billboard on EDSA. One time, I dated a guy who openly told me he was still in love with his ex. And what did I do? I thought, I can change him. My love will fix everything. Spoiler alert, it didn't. I ended up being the temporary distraction, the rebound girl. It was a painful lesson in reality. I was so focused on winning a new heart that I didn't stop to think if that heart was even worth winning in the first place. I was choosing people for the wrong reasons, not because I truly liked them, but because I didn't want to be alone. My friends would often tell me, Mimi, take a break first, heal first. But I was stubborn. I saw being single as a failure. I thought that if I wasn't in a relationship there was something wrong with me. This way of thinking kept me in a bad cycle of short, meaningless connections. I was collecting more heartbreaks, adding more scars to my already wounded heart. I was so busy looking for love outside that I failed to realize the love I needed the most was the one I should have been giving to myself. The rebound race only left me more tired of it all and more lost than before. After years of running in circles, I finally hit a wall. I was exhausted. I looked in the mirror one day and didn't recognize the person staring back at me. I was a collection of other people's expectations, a mix of past pains. That was my turning point. I decided to stop. I quit the rebound race and decided to be single. It was scary at first, the silence was very loud, but slowly I started to enjoy my own company. I rediscovered my hobbies, spent more time with my true friends, and focused on my career. I started dating myself, and let me tell you, I was the best date ever. I treated myself to nice dinners and bought myself flowers. I learned that the most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. It sounds like a common saying, but it's the truest thing in the world. How can you expect someone to love you fully if you don't even love yourself? Self-love isn't just about face masks and spa days. It's about accepting your flaws, forgiving your past mistakes, and knowing your worth. It's about being able to stand on your own 2 feet and say, I am whole, I am enough, with or without a partner. When I finally accepted this, a huge weight was lifted off my shoulders. I was no longer desperate for approval from someone else. All those heartbreaks, as painful as they were not for nothing. Each ex was a teacher. The one who cheated taught me the importance of self-respect. The one who chose his career over me taught me that I should never be just an option. The one who was a rebound taught me to be more careful with other people's hearts. These lessons shaped me into the person I am today. Stronger, wiser, and more caring. I learned to set boundaries, to say what I need, and to walk away from situations that are not good for my soul. The scars are there, but they are reminders of the battles I have won. So, to everyone who is going through a heartbreak right now, listen to your Mimi Vice. It's okay to cry, it's okay to feel lost, but don't stay there. Don't give up on love, but most importantly, don't give up on yourself. Use this pain to become a better version of you. Love yourself first, strongly, and without apology. Because when you are truly happy and complete on your own, you will attract the kind of love that you deserve, a love that doesn't complete you but adds to you. And that, everyone, is the most unbelievable love of all. Keep going.